One of the most high-profile programs right now is the Navy's search for a new frigate. At Sea Air Space 2018, I talked with retired Navy captain and analyst Jerry Hendrix to get his take on the program and the competitors.
So all of them are mature designs. Of course, the two littoral combat ships we already know about, and they're going to be an upgun variant of that with a little more guns and sensor systems on it.
Some would argue that's what the LCS should have been in the first place.
Yeah, and I think, quite frankly, if it had been at the beginning, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. But I still think that there would have been underlying systemic problems. Engineering plants are too small, electrical power systems, probably not enough excess capacity into there to allow those ships to mature over time. But I'll be interested to see what design implications come out of how they announce these. And then you've got Fincantieri, which is kind of in a unique position in that they're the prime ship builder for Lockheed Martin on LCS-1 variant. So Fincantieri really has sort of two bites at the apple. They have the Lockheed design. They also have their FREM that they're bringing over. It's a very mature design, 10 ships already in the water for the French and Italian navies. And then you've got the Navantia design that's coming out of Spain, where they're working with Bath Iron Works. That's a very high-end design, very almost Burke-light. And we're still waiting to see actually what Huntington Ingalls' design is. But Huntington Ingalls, of course, is a premier shipbuilder here in the United States, and I'm sure they'll bring something very robust. But I suspect we'll get a big spread both in capabilities, and we'll have a pretty divergent spread in cost. And we'll be just waiting to see how that happens.
Based on your kind of take on looking at these different designs, is there one you see that's kind of ahead of the others, or are they all kind of even right now as we're sorting things out?
Well, I mean, really, Navantia has a couple ships in the water, so we understand what that ship looks like. That's very mature, but it's also something like a light Burke. And I think, quite frankly, if we start going that direction, the question will be, well, why don't we just build more Burkes? The two LCSs, we understand what the inherent limitations are on those, and I don't think we'd even be having a frigate competition if the LCSs had satisfied all the desires of the Navy.
I would agree with you there.
So I think that really we're coming down to looking very closely at Fincantieri's FREM, which again, there's 10 ships in the water already been sold, they sail. We understand how much they cost and how much it costs to operate them and maintain them. And then will be very interesting, the dark horse right now, the one that we don't know about, is really where Huntington Ingalls is coming. And like I said, I'll be looking forward to seeing what that actual design is.
Could you see Ingalls working with a foreign design, kind of like we've seen with a couple of these other firms, or could you see them presenting a clean sheet?
I don't think it'll be a clean sheet. In fact, I think that's specific that we're not looking for a clean sheet design. So I suspect that Huntington Ingalls' design will either be a variant of their national security cutter they built for the Coast Guard, or it may be a cut-down Burke, essentially an Arleigh Burke class that has less capabilities, less capacity in there so far as number of VLS tubes or the radars to get their cost down within sort of the cap that the Navy's looking for. So I'm suspecting it'll be one of those two, and like I said, I'll be anxious to see their actual announcement.